Hello everybody, I am Oscar W. Fitchett and welcome to the video of when I tell you all the nominations for, I believe this is the 5th, yes it is the 5th Heel Film Awards. Every year we tend to do our own little awards show, not because we think we're right over the Oscars, but it's more fun than anything else. But also before I go on, I do want to preface by saying that, like our top 10 lists, this is films within the UK release date. So there's going to be no Coco, there's going to be no Lady Bird, there's going to be no Three Billboards or Darkest Hour or All the Money in the World. It's not going to be here because they came out within January/February of 2018. So they might be on next year's nominations list. But for now, we are talking about the films that came out within January to December 2017 within the United Kingdom. So I'm going to read the categories out. The first category I'm going to be reading out is Best Visual Effects. And now the nominations for this specific category are Blade Runner, Bright, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and War for the Planet of the Apes. Now also within this specific awards show that we're going to be doing this year, we've added four new categories to the awards because, you know, we feel like we need to give praise to more people. And the first new category that I'm going to be talking about is Best Practical Effects, because yes, we do appreciate the visual effects of it with CGI, but we also appreciate the hard work that goes into actually making something that's practical. So the nominations for Best Practical Effects are Dunkirk, Hacksaw Ridge, It, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and The Void. Moving on, the nominations for Best Makeup and Hairstylings are Blade Runner 2049, Bright, The Disaster Artist, It, and Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now on to the next category, which is Best Sound Design, and the nominations for that are Baby Driver, Blade Runner 2049, Dunkirk, Headshot, and Star Wars The Last Jedi. The next category is Best Costume Design, and before I go any further, I apologise if I butcher any of you lovely people's names. Just saying. So the nominations for Best Costume Design are Cindy Evans for Atomic Blonde, Emma Fryer for Free Fire, Jo Sang-kyung for The Handmaiden, Michael Kaplan for Star Wars The Last Jedi, and Renee April for Blade Runner 2049. On to the next category, which is Best Production Design, and the nominations are Dante Ferretti for Silence, Darren Gilford for Kingsman: The Golden Circle, Dennis Gassner for Blade Runner 2049, Rick Heinrichs for Star Wars The Last Jedi, and Ryu Seong-hee for The Handmaiden. On to Best Film Editing, and the nominations are Bob Duxey for Star Wars The Last Jedi, Hyo Sun-mi for The Villainess, Joy McMillan and Nat Sanders for Moonlight, Jonathan Amos and Paul Matchliss for Baby Driver, and Matthew Hannum and Trey Edward Schultz for It Comes at Night. Now here comes a bit of the fun categories. Sometimes we like just to have a bit more fun with the awards, so we decided, it's always, and we like to have fun with these certain categories that would never be there in the Oscars or the BAFTAs or the Golden Globes, but we like to have them there because, we just do, it's our thing, deal with it. So on to Best Villain. Mwahahaha. And the nominations for Best Villain are David from Alien Covenant, Kylo Ren for Star Wars The Last Jedi, Oscar for Colossal, tiny bit of a spoiler there, oh well, Pennywise from It, and Poppy from Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Now for every villain there's a hero, so nominations for Best Hero are Baby from Baby Driver, John Wick from John Wick Chapter 2, Mija from Okja, sorry about that, Rey from Star Wars The Last Jedi, and Suki for The Villainess. Now we've got a few more new categories, and this is another new one. This category is called Best Netflix Exclusive, because why not? seems to be the phrase for this video, why not? Anyway, the nominations for Best Netflix Exclusive are Bright, I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, The Incredible Jessica James, Jim and Andy the Great Beyond, and Okja. Another new category is Best Documentary Film, and the nominations for Best Documentary are Gaga, 5'2", I'm Not Your Negro, Jim and Andy the Great Beyond, Tower, and Williams. On to something a bit more familiar, and the nominations for Best Horror Film are Creep 2, Get Out, It Comes at Night, and Raw. Now for the nominations for Best Comedy Film are as follows. The Disaster Artist, I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, The Incredible Jessica James, Kingsman: The Golden Circle, and the Lego Batman Movie. Now on to the nominations for Best Sci-Fi Fantasy Film, that's slash fantasy film. And the nominations for those films are, for that category shall I say, are Blade Runner 2049, Colossal, Okja, The Red Turtle, and Star Wars The Last Jedi. I believe this is the final new, this is the last new category, so nominations for Best Foreign Film are The Handmaiden, Headshot, Raw, The Red Turtle, and The Villainess. Now this year we've got 5 nominations for Best Animated Film. We saw enough animated films to fully fit the 5 film limit in. We haven't been able to do that the past few years. We've managed to do it this year. Get in there, son. So the nominations for Best Animated Film are The Lego Batman Movie, Lovin' Vincent, My Life as a Courgette, The Red Turtle, and Tower. Now on to Best Cinematography, and the nominations for that are Hoyt van Hoytma for Dunkirk, Matthew Lebatique for Mother, Rodrigo Prieto for Silence, Roger Deakins for Blade Runner 2049, and Steve Yedlin for Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now nominations for Best Score. Here we go. Benjamin Wallfish and Hans Zimmer for Blade Runner 2049, Hans Zimmer for Dunkirk, Henry Jackman and Matthew Margeson for Kingsman: The Golden Circle, John Williams for Star Wars The Last Jedi, and Laurel Perez Del Mar for The Red Turtle. Turtle, not turtle.
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 Turtle. Now on to nominations for Best Screenplay, and those are August Wilson for Fences, Barry Jenkins for Moonlight, Dorota Kobila, Hugh Welchman, and Jack Dennell for Love and Vincent, Edgar Wright for Baby Driver, and Michael H. Webber and Scott Neustadter for the Disaster Artist. That was a bit of a disaster of pronunciation, wasn't it? Yikes. Sorry, Scott. Now we're on to Best Supporting Actress, and the nominations are Ana de Armas for Blade Runner 2049, Carrie Fisher from Star Wars The Last Jedi, Kim Min-hee for The Handmaiden, Naomi Harris for Moonlight, and Tilda Swinton for Okja. Now on to the nominations for Best Supporting Actor, and they are Andre Holland for Moonlight, Elijah Wood for I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore, John Boyega for Star Wars The Last Jedi, Mark Duplass for Creep 2, and Mark Hamill for Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now the nominations for Best Lead Actress are Anne Hathaway for Colossal, Daisy Ridley for Star Wars The Last Jedi, Garance Malier for Raw, Jennifer Lawrence for Mother, and Kristen Stewart for Personal Shopper. Now the nominations for Best Lead Actor are Andrew Garfield for Silence, Ansel Elgort for Baby Driver, Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, James Franco for The Disaster Artist, and Ryan Gosling for Blade Runner 2049. Now on to the penultimate nominations, and they are for Best Director. So the nominations for Best Director are Barry Jenkins for Moonlight, Edgar Wright for Baby Driver, Julia DiCarino for Raw, Martin Scorsese for Silence, and Ryan Johnson for Star Wars The Last Jedi. And finally, the nominations for Best Picture, all 10 of them are Baby Driver, The Disaster Artist, Get Out, The Handmaiden, John Wick Chapter 2, Kingsman: The Golden Circle, Moonlight, Raw, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and finally, The Villainess. So guys, thank you all for watching the nominations video. That's been the nominations for this year's Heel Film Awards. The ceremony, as you will be uploaded sometime in March, is when I'm going to say that. If you go in the description, everyone, you'll find links to Letterboxd, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook to all the Heel crew. And if you also want to know who did that theme song for us, you know, the one that you're probably hearing right now, that was a good friend of ours, Lewis Hamilton. I've left links in the description as well for if you want to check out his Guitar Tuition page or his band's Facebook page, because they do some pretty good music, so give it a listen if you like this theme or whatnot. So, thank you all for watching, everybody. So next time, guys, I shall see you later, and goodbye.